Hello everybody and welcome back into Kitchener Memorial Auditorium. It is the Kitchener Rangers and the Cornwall Colts Game 2, Round 1. If Cornwall wins tonight, the Rangers go home. If the Rangers win, a Game 3 back in Cornwall tomorrow night. Here's the opening draw to start tonight. Rangers go in their alternate reds at home here. It worked for them earlier in the year against Cornwall as an early save made. Giveaway in the crease, and that just set wide of Chabot. Back to the point, Swick right on, and Chabot had to be sharp early. He was. Fernand up for Joe Vida. Here go the Colts the other way to the attack. Vida spins back, now moves in and shoots and scores! And this is waved off immediately. Was there contact? There's the shot. Ooh, that's going to be close. I don't see much there. I think this goes clean. This should be a goal, but there's even the slightest of contact here in the playoffs, they're going to call it back. Here comes the review, and here comes the call on the ice. It is no goal. So the Cornwall Colts, that one's going to sting as they thought they had the lead early, but they're going to consider it contact on the play, so no goal. Here's Joe Vida trying to get it right back, but that one rolled to the Ranger net. Gave it away to Lazon, though. Here's Lazon. He'll circle. Looks for some help out front. Still holding on. Moving in. Now shooting. Save made, and it's in! And that's waved off. 2 goals in a row waved off from Cornwall. This one, oh, they're going to take a look at this one if it's a high stick. Right here. That looks bar level. And here's the call. It is a goal. It did look bar level. What a goal for the captain, Joe Vida. And Cornwall strikes first. 2 back-to-back scary openings to this contest. As a goal called back on the slightest of interference. The smallest bit that you could consider interference. And then a goal right after could have been a high stick. Here's Robitaille. Back-to-back reviews to start the game, but Cornwall does have the important early lead to try to knock out Kitchener tonight. Here in the corners, Brusevich. This puts them back on their heels a little bit. They're going to have to start pushing the other way. Here's Swick. He'll bring it in the Cornwall zone. Swick to the goal. Shooting right on. Save made by Chabot. Played it down in the paint. And now, here's Robitaille. Up the left side. Cornwall in over the line. The drop pass. Pike in front. Just knocked wide by Fraser. Andofsky with it. In his own zone, we're halfway through the first period. Game 2 of round 1. 1-0 Cornwall in front. Lamb to the front. Centers it. Swick is stopped by Chabot. Bouncer Sopp. He's stopped again. Marnell with it. Up on the board side for Fraser. Andofsky centers it off for Lamb. He'll move in. A backhand. Fought off and the rebound. He got that too. Robitaille. Ahead for Beliveau. 8 to go in the first period. It's 1-0 Cornwall here from Kitchener. Sent into the Ranger zone. 7 shots in this first period for the Rangers. But they do not have a goal to show. Soft taken back by McDonald. Offside, Cornwall. So here comes the draw just outside the line. One back picked up by Matteau. Empty net as a penalty coming to Cornwall. One-timer stop. Rebound. Big saves made by Chabot. It stays 1-0. And to the power play go the Kitchener Rangers trailing in this game. This will be a golden opportunity to get right back in it. Caleb Chabot has been on his A game so far in this one. Face off right side of the Colt net. Rangers to the power play. Draw one back. Here's Matteau. To Savard. Winded shoots. Save made, and it's cleared down the ice by Cornwall. 10 shots in the game for the Rangers. Nothing to show. Here's Matteau. They've had chances, but just haven't been able to beat Caleb Chabot tonight. Here they come. Inside. Picked up by Fernand. He was taken down, and that is not called. It definitely looked like it could have been, as it's brought in by Matteau. He has Rakoff shooting it. Save made by Chabot. Bouncer in the paint. They score! Tie game. Swick Swick with a power play tally. And the Rangers, even it late here in the first period, they have dominated. The shot to goal are 12-3 in this first period. And here the fans, they've come to life now. And for Cornwall, you just can't take these penalties. We saw the Rangers take advantage of it in game one, and just like that, they're going to go right back. Well, Baum's going to head off for interference. So after two questionable goal calls against Cornwall early in the game, it's now 1-1, and the Rangers have had both power plays in the game. Savard, Lamb, Sale, and there's the shot. What a save by Chabot. Point blank, that should have been in, and he got the glove up and robbed him. Here's Fraser with it. Colts down the side, played it to the front. McDonald, that was blocked, kept in by the Colts. McDonald fed that off the netminder, no one there for the rebound. Mateau with it, was on, stripped him of the puck. What a play by Lazon! Tried to open him up, not much there. Mateau to Lamb, 3.5 to go in the first, 1-1 from Kitchener. Lamb moves in, shooting, kicked out. Rebound, they score! 2 for 2 on the power play. 2-1 Rangers. Well, the Kitchener Rangers doing exactly what they need to do, and that's win this hockey game. They're down 1-0, but now lead it 2-1 here in this first period on back-to-back power play goals. Mateau ahead for Sale. He'll move in, and he'll shoot in. A good save made by Chabot. Chabot's been sharp in this first period despite his team now trailing. Here's Marnell. Up ahead, that was given away, but now Marnell will take it along with himself. Pass finds Lamb, but Savard gets that out. Here's Savard right back in, trying to play it around to the front. Savard looks for the feed, has it now. Mislejevic. Mateau blocked. Here's Walker. Took it away. Breakaway Cornwall. Here's Walker. Just missed. 3 seconds to go in the period. Swing and a miss on that centering feed. 2-1 Kitchener after 1 tonight. Shots on goal in the game are 16-6 for the Kitchener Rangers in what is a 2-1 Kitchener lead after 1. The hits are 6-1 Kitchener, faceoffs 8-0, power plays 2 for 2. Cornwall hasn't had one. 2-1 Kitchener after 1. Welcome into period 2 here tonight from Kitchener Auditorium or Memorial Auditorium Complex. Pindelis ahead to Lazon. Just started the second. Here comes Cornwall inside. There's a quick pass. Backhander shut down. Rebound. Spinning and firing, and Malbuff made the save. Here's 7. Picked up Lazon. That goes into the corner. Swick with it back. Here's Andofsky. So the Kitchener starter left the game. Parsons with injury, and Malbuff starts the second. Rakoff shoots. Good save made. Here's Lazon for Joe Vida. And the Rangers going to have to be a lot better with their backup in net now. Vida fed that to the front, but couldn't get it to the goals. Rakoff brings it back in. In come the Rangers. Rakoff right to the net. Slides on to Chabot. He'll play it down to Bindelis. And here goes Cornwall off to the races. Picking that up was Fernand. Gave that away to Swick at center. Here's a breakaway. Swick! He's stopped by Chabot. Pass finds Robitaille. Here's Robitaille ahead. Robitaille looking in, centering it off. Fraser. Now Lamb with it back ahead to Rakoff. He has a step in on goal. He's stopped again by Chabot. Back out front, another save. Huge saves. As here comes Caden Pike. Almost halfway, 2-1 game. In come the Colts. That's stopped by Malbuff, and he covers. 11:27 to go in the middle frame. Kitchener leads 2-1. Face off here, left side. Ranger fans happy with their efforts so far tonight. Game 1's efforts were great too, but Cornwall outplayed them in that third period and got back in it, and then won in overtime on the power play. Save made by Chabot on the giveaway in their own zone. Here's Logan. Up ahead to Fraser. We're officially halfway, 2-1 Rangers. Fraser across, centered that, and it bounced off the shin of Savard, but then he got control of it again. Mislejevic is in, looking for the shot, has it, centers it, they score! 3-1. Well, the Kitchener Rangers looking good as they look to force a game 3 back in Cornwall. 3 unanswered goals. They have a 3-1 lead. Face off back to center. 8:35 to go in the middle period. Here's the draw. One back by Cornwall. Pass finding Belleville. Belleville moves in. He has help and centers it off for LeBom in front of backhand. Stopped by Melba. Face off here to the right side. One back picked up, controlled by Mateau. In the corner, sent ahead for Sale. Sale moves in and over the line. He'll wind and shoot, and Shabbat makes a good save. Holding on for Cornwall. Rangers leading 3-1 in a game that they must win. Yeah, they've been the better team. Cornwall started early looking like the better team, but it's been all Kitchener since. There's Savard poked out by Tristan Moran, but back to get it is Mateau. He has Morano over him, but he'll get that back ahead, up on the wing for Mislejevic. Sent ahead, soft, off the post. What a chance as he got in behind the D, just couldn't finish. Here's Tristan Morani as LeBom going to the net. He has help with him in Belleville, and the save was made, and now a penalty coming to Kitchener. Pass out in front, they touch up. Cornwall to the power play. Rangers gave up the winning goal in overtime on the power play last game. Colts go back to the power play here. They're first tonight, down by 2 late in the second period. Hayden Pike kept it in. Kick free, but the Rangers find it, and here they come and they clear. Hernan back to get it. Cornwall down by 2 late in the second period. Pass ahead for Colby Lazon. Lazon can take off, and here he goes. Colby Lazon. That slides just through the paint wide. Back to get it. The Colts do dig it free. Here's Joe Vita going to the net. Vita, he's stopped, and the rebound bounced away from Lazon. Kept it in, though. Kicking it around to Vita in the corner. Back to the front. That was turned over to Andofsky. He'll clear. Kept in by Bendelis. Centering. Pike shooting. Save. Rebound. Malbuff. What a save by Malbuff. The backup shutting down Cornwall tonight. Joe Vita with a look. He'll shoot. Another save. Was on off the back of the net. Back to get it. Still on the power play for 10 seconds. Head that back to the point. 5 seconds. There's a pass. And Pugliese taken down. And right after Cornwall fails to come through on their power play because of Malbuff's brilliance in net, they'll take a penalty of their own. Well, they caught up in the shot department to a certain extent. Still down 3-1 late here in the second. The power play fails to connect. Chance after chance, they got robbed. Mateau, that's blocked, and Marnell takes off with it for Cornwall. Here's Marnell, foot race. He'll move in, he'll shoot it, and it goes wide into the corner. Colts have that back, setting up, pass to the front for Fernand. 10 hits in the game for the Kitchener Rangers. They've been a very physical team this year. As we enter the last minute of play here in the second period. Here's Swick. Blocked, and Marnell for Fernand Olivier Perron. He was taken down on the play. Gets back up slowly here, 48 seconds to go in the middle period. Moves in, looking for the shot, got it. That's blocked. Marnell and the Colts turn it up ice. 30 seconds to go in the period. Right back in come the Rangers. Rakoff, he's stopped by Shabbat. Rebound, Mislejevic, and Shabbat again makes the save. Colts have it. 8 seconds to go in the period. Here's LeBon. Time running out in the second. 3 seconds to go in the period. The shot handled. Bouncer got away, and we're through 2. It's the Rangers 3, the Colts 1 here in game 2. After 2. Shots to goal in the hockey game, 23-15 Rangers. They lead 3-1 after 2. 2 for 2 on the power play. Colts 0 for 1. Hits are 10-2 Rangers. Face-offs 13-2. 3-1 after 2. Welcome into the third period tonight. Cornwall with work to do. Their work cut out for them. Down by 2 to start the third period. Could not come through on their only power play, but man, did they have good chances and just missed. That shot goes over the net as Kitchener starts the third with a look at the end of their power play. 2 for 3 on the afternoon. Andofsky blocked by Fraser. Fraser looks ahead. Tries to get it to Lazon. It's kept in. Here's the pass from behind the goal, and another penalty coming to Cornwall. It'll be the fourth of the night. Rangers 2 for 3 on the power play. Leading by 2 in this third period. The Colts can't afford to go down by any more. Face-off one back to the point. Rusevich centers. Lamb moves in. He'll shoot. There it is. What a stop. And Shabbat kept it out. Lazon's taken down. And Joe Vita back behind his goal with it. Headed out front to Marnell. Now ahead for Lazon. Here he comes with it. Colby Lazon through center, in over the line, looks for some help, he'll drop it off. There's Vita, he'll circle the net, looking out front, dropping it. They do touch up. 4-on-4 for a minute, 3 seconds. And then Cornwall will go to their second power play of the night. Here's the draw. They can get a goal 4-on-4 first. They have a chance here. Here's a shot that didn't miss by much. Malbuff fought it off. Vita trying to keep it in. Vita battling down low. Vita taken down by Brusevich. And Cornwall on the power play now, and Andofsky just cleared. Good job by the Kitchener Rangers to read that play and get that puck. Here's Sop, and he'll bring it in shorthanded. Slides wide of the net. The Rangers on it. On the Cornwall power play, that shot's blocked. Vindelis to Robitaille. 14 seconds left on it. Here's Fraser. Looking, got the pass. There's the shot. It's off the post. Here's Vindelis to the front, centering it over. Swing and a miss. And the rebound was there, and they can't clean it up. Cornwall's power play wasn't a full one, but they got a good chance. With 6 gone here in the third. 3-1, Kitchener. Huge save. This one catches the blocker and rings off the post. Kitchener Rangers still lead by 2 in this third period, thanks to Malbuff, who's been phenomenal in net tonight. I would start him again the way he's been playing here tonight. Mateau. Well, if there is a game 3, which it does look likely, the save is made. Fraser ahead to Logan. Back in his own zone, centered for Caden Pike. Pike can fly if you give him room. And here he goes now. Caden Pike in alone. He's stopped by Malbuff. Savard. Down the left side. Centers for Bislojevic, now in for Sop. There's a shot blocked by Logan. Logan gets that back for Fraser. Fraser has Pike ahead, looks for him. There's the pass to Caden Pike. He was in, but couldn't get the shot. Now Sop the other way. Taken again by the Cornwall Colts. McDonald ahead for Fraser. Fraser in one more time. There's the pass ahead. It's cut once more, and Lamb gets it out. Here comes Lamb, man open. It's Carson Rakoff, and McDonald took it away. Pass finds Beliveau. Here's Beliveau moving in. Beliveau shooting. Save made by Malbuff. He covers with 7:38 to go. Couldn't get much on that windup. And the Kitchener Rangers still hold the 2-goal lead late. Face-off one back. Colts have it. Pass down low. It's Beliveau. Fed in front. That was blocked on the chance by LeBon. Carried out by Carson Rakoff. Colts trying to get it back. Here's Lamb. Pass in for Swick. Here's Cole Swick from the corner, looking out front. Circles, played it to Lamb. Taken back by Swick again. To the point, a shot. Stopped by Shabbat. A high riser right into his glove. Mateau. Here he is with it. 4.5. He'll bring it right back inside. The Colts need to get possession. They do now. Beliveau. Ahead with it. He has LeBom with him. To the attack. Here's the pass to LeBom, and it missed Tristan Moran. Lamb with Swick. Rangers play another good game here tonight. And it looks like they're going to force a game 3 back in Cornwall. Here's Rakoff. He'll move in and shoot. That goes wide of the net. Ursoni picks it up down to 1.5 minutes to go. 3-1 Kitchener. Brought in. Here's a chance for the goal. The pass off for Pearson. Moves in and shoots. That was off a leg. Mateau. For Rakoff, and here he comes down the right side. 20 seconds left, just killing the clock. He'll center it back to Lamb. He's stopped, and the rebound as well. Fought in behind the goal. Another shot stopped. 13 seconds left. Here goes Colby Lazon. Time running out. Lazon moving in. Here's Lazon. Just missed. Feeds it back in front. That was missed. Another opportunity. And that'll do it. Kitchener Rangers force a game 3 back in Cornwall. 3-1. They pick down Cornwall Colts. Even the series at 1 apiece. Good game from start to finish for the Kitchener Rangers. The Cornwall Colts unable to finish on the opportunities given tonight.